Then he said my name, perfectly. The sound of it in his mouth froze the air. "I know where you're from," he said, "what you ran from. The orphanage, the foster homes, the last one, the one that burned." My heartbeat went silent in my ears. "How do you—" "I know everything worth knowing," he interrupted. "Your father worked for me, until he didn't." I said nothing. He was good with numbers, better with secrets. But he owed me, and debts don't die with the dead. I looked at him then, really looked. The calm, the wealth, the ruin behind his eyes. "You think I'm here because of him?" I said. He leaned back. A daughter inherits many things. He underestimated silence. Most men like him do. I stood slowly, walked to the shelves, traced my fingers along the spine of an old book. Dust fell like tiny ghosts. "You think I found your car by accident?" I asked. He looked up, mildly amused. "Didn't you?" "No." That made him pause. "I waited for it," I said. "I knew where you'd be, what route you take when you leave the harbor." His expression changed, the kind of stillness that replaces emotion when danger arrives. I turned toward him. "My father wasn't your debtor. He was your partner. He hid your money when the feds started circling. He buried it under ghost companies and false names." He rose from his chair. His shadow stretched across the carpet, swallowing mine. "Go on," he said quietly. "When he died, the accounts went dark. You thought he took the codes with him." He stared at me. "Didn't he?" I smiled, slow, deliberate. "He taught them to me." For a long moment, neither of us moved. Only the rain against the glass dared to speak. "You don't understand what you're playing with," he said finally. "I understand exactly," I whispered. "You wanted his debt? You have it. Every cent frozen, every account locked, every ally doubting you by sunrise." His calm cracked, just slightly, a tremor at the corner of his jaw. "You think you've beaten me?" "No," I said. "I've rewritten the game." He stepped closer. The air between us thickened. His cologne, cedar and smoke, felt like an embrace that could kill. "You could have sold this information," he murmured. "You could have run." "I did run," I said, "straight to you." And then I walked past him. The guards outside didn't move. They looked at me the way people look at something that no longer fits in their world. Behind me, I heard him exhale, slow, measured. A king realizing the throne beneath him was already ash. By dawn, the city had turned to glass. Wet streets reflected a sky that couldn't decide if it was morning or memory. I walked without direction. The rain had washed away the blood on my hands, but not the feeling of it. No one stopped me. No one cared. That's the thing about surviving. People only notice when you die. I reached the bridge. The river below moved slow, thick, endless. Somewhere beyond the horizon, a mansion full of locked rooms and furious silence stood waiting for its master to realize how small empires can be. I looked at my reflection in the water. It looked back, steady, unreadable. He would try to rebuild. Men like him always do. But something fundamental had shifted. A seed of ruin planted in a field of power. He'd spend years trying to understand how he lost, never realizing he was never the predator,
just the next chapter in someone else's quiet war. I kept walking. The city breathed around me, 1,000 cars, sirens, voices, but I moved through it untouched, unseen. I wasn't running anymore. I was remembering how to move without fear. The rain began again. I didn't hide. Somewhere behind the storm, I could still hear the hum of that black car, the sound of fate pretending to be coincidence. And I understood finally. I hadn't escaped the darkness. I had inherited it. I had become its calm.
"That's not my dad's phone," the black girl said, and the secret nearly ruined the billionaire. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Subscribe my channel for more such interesting stories. The call came at 11:43 p.m. I remember the exact time because silence had a habit of echoing differently inside Elias Vance's house after midnight. It was the kind of silence money could buy, thick, deliberate, expensive. I was cataloging his private collection, silver masks from Mali, glass from Murano, each piece priced higher than a life. His phone vibrated once on the marble desk. Then again. No ringtone, just light. Elias was upstairs. He told me he was flying out in the morning, Tokyo or Dubai, I forget. Men like him were never anywhere. They just existed between time zones. The phone lit again, a video call. The name read, Amaya School. I don't know why I touched it. Maybe it was curiosity. Maybe it was instinct. But when I answered, a child's face appeared. Brown skin, big eyes, hair in soft curls. She smiled, then frowned. Her voice was small, careful. "Hi, that's not my dad's phone." Then silence. A silence that didn't belong in this house. Before I could speak, the call ended. The screen went dark, reflecting only me, standing there in the billionaire's study, holding a secret I didn't understand yet. And somehow, I already knew it would ruin him. The next morning, Elias moved through the house like he owned air. Every gesture measured, every word rehearsed perfection. He smiled at me briefly as I handed him the inventory sheets. His eyes didn't linger long. They never did. He liked control, silence, submission dressed as loyalty. For 3 years, I'd been his curator, his confidant, and occasionally his distraction. He told me once that he valued quiet women, the kind who understood without asking. I smiled when he said that. I smile when people mistake stillness for weakness. But that night's voice, that child, stayed lodged inside my mind. "That's not my dad's phone." The words repeated, replayed, rewound, like a ghost trying to remind me of something I wasn't supposed to forget. When Elias left for the airport, he forgot the phone, a mistake he'd never made before. And that's when I knew something was cracking beneath his polished calm. I unlocked it. No password. The arrogance of men who think they'll never be caught. Messages, private folders, encrypted photos, and beneath them, an email chain labeled the Amaya Trust. I opened it. Financial transfers, offshore accounts, a woman's name, Naomi Clark. Monthly deposits to a foundation registered under her daughter's name. His daughter, the one who thought I was him. For days I said nothing. Silence became my language again, but this time it had teeth. Elias noticed. He asked if something was wrong. I said no. He smiled, relieved, as if my calm meant forgiveness. It didn't. I began tracing the pieces. The trust fund, the woman, the addresses. Naomi Clark lived in a quiet neighborhood outside the city. Nothing extravagant. No luxury cars. No marble floors. Just a house with peeling paint and a swing in the front yard.
He'd built her a life from his shadows, while I lived in the echo of his. That night I sat in my apartment staring at the phone, her number still saved as Amaya School. My thumb hovered over the call button, but I didn't call, not yet. Instead, I started planning. I copied files, documents, audio notes, every hidden transfer, every lie disguised as generosity. I didn't know what revenge looked like yet, only that it would be quiet. Revenge, I'd learned, isn't loud. It's the pause between breaths, the wait before a truth is spoken.